great event. The place was just full. And all I could think of, probably not an appropriate time to say it, that usually when we have a crowd like that and it's noisy, we're raising taxes. The kids don't understand that. But they asked a lot of questions, and I had to have a teacher interpret the questions because I couldn't hear them. And it went well, and I hope we do it again next year. Dane's son was in the class, and I had two, I don't know, my son has twins, whatever that's called. Nieces?
Great, I think they were your great grandnieces or something,
Yeah.
someone said.
And they were here.
Yeah.
So that was neat, that was good event. And I don't think there's anything else.
Well, one of the kids asked you if you lived here, if I was aware of that.
One of them on the way out said, "You should be our president." So I remember that one more than any other.
That explains the writing again.
Okay, that's.
All right, thank you very much.
Oh, no, there is
You have
one
more?
other. And I'll talk about it at meeting too. But the library had a great holiday event for the kids, 2 Saturdays ago. And they had a magician there, and they had to have at least 50 or 60 kids, and it was absolutely marvelous. And actually, the adults loved the magician too, and I did also. And so the library had a great event for us. Took it up. Now,
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. All right, we will move on to council business. At this time, it is an opportunity for a member of council to discuss any topic that they would like. As usual, I will start down. Michelle? Lennon?
Yeah, I have. I brought this up a couple of years ago, and this relates to fencing in corner properties. And what I have in front of everyone is the code from another municipality that is local to us in Delaware County. And they address corner properties in what I think is a very unique kind of way, where they can actually satisfy the zoning needs of the community and the needs of the resident. So I put this in front of council to digest, read through it. You know, they talk about a secondary front yard, not 2 front yards, but a secondary front yard. And that secondary front yard would be the actual partial of the land that would accept the fence. And it says down at the lower end, no fence shall be erected or maintained within the required front yard setback of any premise situate in an area zoned residential. Corner lots are permitted to be fenced along a secondary front yard as determined by the zoning officer, right? Which is important. However, the fence must be 50% open and a maximum height of 4 feet shall be permitted to be erected along the secondary front yard within 5 feet from the street right of way. So you're 5 feet off the pavement into the property. So you don't create a blind spot to turn the corner, or people walking over the I will find the answer to that question for next week.
We could add language too.
Yeah.
When we talk about this at the next meeting, is there a way to like maybe show some examples visually of what that would look like? Because like reading paper, I mean, to the, you know, to everybody who's here, we're talking about that it's 5 feet off. And I'm thinking of the situation, the resident who came and addressed, and it just in my head, thinking of where that is. And if we're saying it's 4 or 5 feet off of the sidewalk, right? What was allowed for them, or what was recommended, or however you wanna say it to them, would have almost
They're
been,
nowhere near the sidewalk.
would have been like 4 or 5 feet back. I don't know with a measuring tape, I'm just kind of guessing, but I don't know that.
I think each individual home would actually have its own separate set of guidelines for that setback. I don't think, I mean, 4 or 5 feet back from your pavement is 4 or 5 feet back from your pavement, but even in some cases, that may not work for the fence. That 4 or 5 feet could be right at their door,
Mhm.
you know, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it would differ for each property, I'm sure, and that's why it would be determined by the zoning officer.
Gotcha,
So if it don't fit, it don't fit. But at least this gives some people the.
okay.
Anybody else?
The only thing I'll just remind everybody, it's still going through leaves, we'll be doing it for the next couple of weeks and everything, so just look at the schedule, see if I see that they're doing a good job knocking them out as much as they can, but if you can, if you see them in your home, maybe if you can get your car on the opposite side of the piles, it probably help in, you know, transition, get everything up, so. I'll probably remind everybody and I'll call over as much as I can, because I feel like, got to show the parents what's on.
Got it. Alright, only thing I have is tonight you will see on the motion action items is the 2025 budget. I know Lenny and Tim are aware because they are on the finance committee and part of this process. But in terms of the budgeting this year, our process is what I think is improved, and a little bit different. So this is my first year's finance chair. Trish is brand new as borough manager. She started September 30th. We started the budgeting process October 1st. So we are doing a few things different this year. First is, last year we hired Ricker Simpson to do just some basic accounting work in the office. So we asked them to come in and help with the budgeting process this year. Reason we want to do it, again, this is my first year's finance chair. Trish is brand new to the budgeting process of the borough. So we asked the accounting firm that we already work with to give us some worksheets, help us through the process, take a look at some things, and sort of work through and develop. What you guys are taking a look at tonight to vote on that will be published is, I think, an improvement from a visual standpoint. I think also more professionally done. So that is, you know, what we've been doing so far this year. Second, a little bit different is that this is obviously 2025 is going to be the first year that the borough's had an earned income tax. So we're still working with Keystone in terms of getting a realistic estimate on what we can expect from a first year revenue standpoint. We're not going to collect 100% of the revenue for one main reason, being that with your earned income tax, you only collect the first year 3 quarters, because the first quarter goes through, you collect Q1 and Q2, so on and so on. So Q4 won't be recognized to the borough until the following year. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
So it will actually be 3 years of activity. So we're working with Keystone Collections, just to get an honest estimate on what we think we can anticipate for this year. The other thing that I want to bring up is that the county and the CDCA still has not given us numbers yet from a real estate tax standpoint and what we can estimate for a property value, which we're allowed to take property value tax revenue off of. So we are still waiting on that number to see if there is going to be a common level ratio adjustment. I don't know if you guys remember my whole common level ratio explanation. You were probably bored to death when I went through that all last year. But that information is not available to us yet. And I actually think the CDCA was meeting tonight. I have not spoken to Charles Bob Berger, former council president, who is our rep to the CDCA, tonight is just a preliminary budget that the finance committee, myself, Trish, and Emil have been working with Brinker Simpson on. So I'm gonna make that clear, just give everybody an update, so. Alright, anything else for council business? No? Oh, you know what? I don't see, you don't have a spot for the manager's report.
I did that on purpose.
You did that on purpose. You do the, yes, yes.
I just want to let everybody know that copies of the new ordinance are on the website, they are posted, and there are copies in the Borough Hall for any residents that need to view them as needed. I just wanted to make that comment, and that's all I have, Mr. President.
Alright, thank you very much. Alright, so with that, I'm going to close council business, at this time. Who is here and available. Next Mike, can you step up to the podium, name, address, for the minutes, and ask, any questions of council.
Good evening, everyone. Mike Gale, 51 Collier Circle. Wanted to ask about there was a Velco Greenways grant that we got, and I believe you put a request out for a vendor to do a study for a recreation park. I was wondering if you got anything back on that, and I was wondering how much that study cost.
So that was the one for Recreation Park. I don't have the details up in front of me. I know that there was some emails back and forth where they wanted to meet with a few of us. I off the top of my head, I don't know, Mike. Yeah.
Maybe I'll ask that to me. I was just curious, do you know how much it is? Is it like over 10 grand, or is it less?
I have a number in my head, but I know it's gonna be wrong, so I don't wanna say.
Yeah, no worries. And so they haven't had a formal proposal, they haven't given anything back yet in the
No.
document?
No.
Okay. Do you expect that before the next meeting?
No, I don't know the dollar amount.
Okay.
I'll see what I can find.
Okay. Is there any capital projects in the 2025 budget, including any ARPA stuff? I know you don't put that in there, but is
So
there?
the ARPA has to be spent by the end of this year.
Right.
So the only capital project that I would foresee, that is contemplated would be, maybe something with the Rosemont Bridge. But that's depending upon the grant and things like that.
Yeah, I wanted to ask about that. I read somewhere that, the borough received a $500,000 grant for that
We did.
Rosemont. Yeah.
Yes.
So I imagine that project's gonna cost more than that then.
We haven't gotten a number yet. I know from some early discussions, they feel like the base of the bridge is in good shape, meaning, the concrete pillars and the metal steps going up. I think what we need to take a look at is the actual bridge, the siding and the footers and those types of things. So, I think we also did we get a grant previously?
Yes.
To
To do the study.
To do the study.
Yep.
So now there's 2 grants out there. We previously received a grant, I don't know if it was a year ago, 2 years ago, to actually do basically the evaluation of the bridge.
Really? Okay. Well, we haven't taken advantage of that yet.
No, because our fear is once you do the study and you start pulling stuff up and taking a look, what are you gonna find?
You gotta do it.
You gotta do it, and if you don't have the cash on hand to do it, what are we looking at there? So there's also issues with now may actually be a good timing for it, because from our understanding, one of the costs of the study, and I don't have the exact cost in front of me, but again, it was SEPTA or the railways were gonna charge us on the leg to shut it down and have an observer and do that nonsense. Yeah.
Yeah, the permanent.
Yeah, it was a permit to basically have someone babysit us taking a look at our bridge.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, the only thing I would say is like, if you longer you wait, maybe the more expensive it becomes, but if you don't have the money either, then you can't do it. But now might be a good time to seriously consider doing both, especially with this $500,000 grant.
Yeah.
And you have the ARPA funds, but it's over 225, I think at least, that you have to appropriate by the end of the year. So you're gonna do that and pass a resolution sometime before the end of the
We
year?
have to.
For that, yeah, okay.
One of the biggest issues though with that is also that it's one of the 3 bridges that have the catenary lines connected
Yes,
to
the
it.
Catenary line
To the footbridge?
to the
Yes.
footbridge. So it's similar to what we're dealing with Sullivan
Yeah,
Avenue.
no, I got you. Yeah, I got you, okay. I wanted to ask a question, if I had time, about the health department, and I was wondering if we could get a report next month, from the health department. Specifically, we haven't had a report from them in a while, but I'm thinking specifically related to Taylor Hospital, like if residents go to the emergency room now, there's been some changes there, and I don't know what services we can expect to receive, what services are no longer available. What's that?
Our local health department is not involved in that. They are only involved with the actual like cafeteria inspection and stuff like that.
Okay.
The
They don't have a
state-
recommendation to the residents to
Would be
say
the state.
whether we should go there or not. I'm worried, like, if you go there and you
Yeah.
have an issue and then you don't have a surgery thing, or what's that, so they don't get
The state
involved in
would
that.
be overseeing that.
Yeah, okay. Does the health department still do inspections in there?
Yes.
Okay.
They do it, they inspect the cafeteria or
Food
food services in there, and I think
But
it
for all
was
the
just
stuff,
recently done.
Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't have to be specific to the hospital, but I mean, they inspect all the restaurants in the borough.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
And the county doesn't do that anymore?
no,
Okay.
they never did.
And I know there's outstanding litigation going on, and so for now, it's a status quo. Right. Okay.
And that's 5 minutes, Mike.
Alrighty, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Is there any word of them coming back to the planning commission this month?
No, we have not gotten any word of them coming back to the planning commission this month.
How much notice do they have to give?
Will you come to the planning commission?
Yeah.
At least the notice would be before the meeting. They can do 2 days before, if they want to do 2 days before. Once they come, that's when the clock starts. So, you don't have to do a month in advance, is my point.
Oh, a week in advance, 2 weeks in
Yeah,
advance?
they can contact them, whoever,
You're saying there's none of that is required? They could show up that night, is that what you're saying?
I'm trying to say is, they can contact the borough manager anytime and have it put on the agenda prior to the meeting.
And when you say it starts the clock, what clock is that?
There's a clock, there's a 60-day clock that they have to present, and the commission has to either recommend or not recommend the project. It also has to go through Delaware County planning before our planning can make that determination.
And, the county planning, that's within that 60 days also?
No, that's a separate clock.
Is there a time frame for that?
You can ask the county.
How long were you on the planning commission?
You can ask the county.
I'll be sure to do that. So now with the preliminary budget, so no millage is being recommended, no trash fee, even though that's under contract, you're not,
None at this time. Yep.
And that's not required by law?
No, we have to publish the budget, but it is not required by law.
I see. So, when will that be published? Anticipating a favorable vote tonight.
So we have to publish it 30 days prior to the vote. That's a requirement. So we have to give notice. I believe in the paper saying that to give the public 30 days available to vote on the budget. So it's not going to be voted on because we don't have 30 days to publish it in the November meeting. So my guess is we'll put it out 30 days prior to one of the December meetings.
Okay, so just 30 days,
Yes.
nothing extra.
No, I don't know when we're gonna vote on it, it's gonna be a time thing, so we're working through it. So we have to, by law, publish in the paper and make it available for 30 days to the residents, so we'll meet that requirement.
Okay, thanks very much.
You got it?
got some budget things that we've asked for to be included. Will we have an opportunity to give you the information to be included in the budgets? Because one of the things that came to mind today that Rich had previously was the new radio system is coming into the county supposedly next year. The county is providing radios for the fire departments, but they're not providing installation and any accessories, so there's gonna be a bill there, and I think it was like $15,000 or $16,000 that we estimated. The police department is not getting mobile radios at all. They're getting only portable, so if the police department wants mobile radios, that's gonna be a very large bill. So I don't know if that's a consideration for some of the ARPA funds or capital or however you wanna consider that. There is a meeting at the county next Wednesday evening that give us an update of what's going on, so if anybody's interested in going, and plan on attending, so just let me know.
Great. Thanks, Chief.
When you go to the meeting, I'll connect with you, see when it is or whatever. Can we see if they do like almost like a group price? Cause then we could kind of try to figure out the police and the fire to get together for install.
So we have a grid that they published, and, Rich hadn't seen that, yeah. So, they published a grid based on county pricing, part of the contract. They said, you know, this is the radio we're buying and this is the cost of it. This is the radio the police need, this is the cost of it. So we can plug in the numbers and you'll have a pretty accurate estimate of hardware. It's the installation cost that, you know, an installation on a radio on a police car may be $1,000, but to install that on a fire truck could be $3,000.
Gotcha.
So, you know, that's kind of the surprise stuff that we don't know and they don't estimate the install.
Gotcha.
So,
Who's doing it, the install?
so
That's.
We don't even know.
they don't even, it has to be a certified installer, there are a few.
Okay.
But again, you know, we won't have any of that until, they're not gonna give us pricing now for installs next year and
Yeah.
stuff like that, so it's kind of like that fight that's waiting to happen, and we just don't know. And again, when Chief Frazier was here, we had discussions, he wasn't even sure how he wanted to proceed with radios and things like that, so I was gonna nudge Chief Thomas tonight, but didn't have the opportunity, but the meeting is next Wednesday, I believe it's at 7 PM out at the county,
Okay.
so if someone wants to attend, by all means.
Thanks.
And I'll send that in an email to the groups, they have it.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Going once, going twice. All right. We will close public comment at this time, and we will move on to the action items.
All right. Motion to approve council workshop meeting minutes for October 1st, 2023.
Make a motion, Ken Collins.
Yeah, make that adjustment, 24.
Thank you, good catch.
Yeah.
2024, my apologies.
You're good.
I just read what was there.
All right. Make a motion is Councilor Collins. Do we have a second?
Second.
Councilor Delesio. Comments or questions? See none. All in favor?
Aye. Motion to approve 2025 preliminary budget.
I will be the maker of the motion on that. Do we have a second? Second is Councilor Collins. Comments or questions?
Just have
Yeah.
a comment or question. As in the past, that we've done, we put it on the
Yep.
line. Can we do that? Make sure that's
Absolutely.
cool. Thank you.
All right. Any other comments, questions? All in favor?
Aye.
All right. That is it for
Motion.
Motion to adjourn, second.